What up? What up? What up, everybody? It's your boy Jax Wild, the homeboy PG, the hustler.
What's happening?
What's happening?
Man,
How you been, bro?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Just letting the days, just trying to do something productive every day. You know what I'm saying? Just let me put it like that. You know what I mean? Let the day be your guide, man.
Once you put one foot in front of the other, bro, you're that much further along.
Most definitely.
Now, we did have a break last week.
Most definitely. Yep.
We didn't have a guest. I had some things going on, and I felt like it was a good time to do a pause because the things I had going on last week, it was actually wifey's birthday. So we went out, we celebrated with her. We're actually going out this weekend as well because I don't know if you've been watching the news, but here in North Carolina, we've been having what I would like to call a phantom snowstorm. They've been closing down these schools, closing down the stores, talking about it's going to be icy, it's going to be snowing, and we ain't get a lick of snow, bro. A lick of snow. We've been closed down since Friday.
Wow.
So they closed the school Friday. They closed the school Monday. Tuesday, they finally went back to school today. And I'm talking about ain't nothing to show for it. Ain't a snowman, no frostbite, no no ice on the windshield. Ain't nothing to show for it.
Bro, we just had so much snow up here, bro. It's snowing again right now. That's why you just heard me tell wifey to be careful.
Yeah.
Because it is crazy. What you mean real? Yeah. Yeah, bro. Yeah. It's real.
I am scared for us if we actually get snow because they have really overplayed this whole thing. They really have overplayed it. And it's kind of like, you remember the story, the boy that cried wolf, right?
You was going to say that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We saying, hey, it's going to snow. It's going to snow. It's going to snow. And then we like, man, forget that. No. And then now I'm going to be in the middle of Walmart. I'm going to come out to a doggone blizzard.
Yep. That's what's going to happen.
That's what's going to happen.
But hope it don't.
Yeah. Hope it don't. How was your Thanksgiving? How was everything? Because I haven't talked to you.
Yeah, Thanksgiving was good, man. Family did the 1-2 like we always do. Got together and celebrated. Everybody cooked some good stuff, and we just fellowshipped. My son found out he had another cousin that go to his school that he didn't even know.
Shouts out to kids. Yeah,
you feel me? Just bringing the family together, man. Trying to keep everybody. My cousin is like great with keeping the family together, keeping traditions alive, keeping the youth mixed in with the elders, and people knowing each other and it just passing down. Like, she's real good at that, so she puts it together. That's all we did for Thanksgiving, man. I really loved it. It took a break off. We didn't have to cook nothing. You know what I mean? I actually just went to the store and got some dessert and out of there. You feel me? That was it.
That's good, man.
So I mean, just chilling, man, and then everyday work thing, man. And like, unlike you, I'm actually fighting the snow, actually fighting through the blizzard that's coming on and off day by day. You know what I mean? Every day is crazy. Like the first day they shut down the schools, it was nuts outside.
Was it?
Outside and it was completely white. It was just ice everywhere. Snow trucks hadn't got there yet. I took the car out because I'm riding on. I'm getting some tomorrow.
Okay.
But I got some scallywags on my car, man.
Ooh,
I got the scallywags on the front, man. So you know what I'm saying?
Scallywags.
Yeah. So you, but what I mean, because I go city to city every day. Like I just left Youngstown today. You know what I'm saying? Like I go city to city every day. So I put a lot of miles and a lot of wear and tear on my vehicle. You know what I mean? Working. So it's crazy, man. Like that's why it's nuts to hear you say y'all not having it and they're freaking out over there it's crazy because we have it and we ain't freaking out because we used to it.
Yeah, man. So my Thanksgiving, everybody know I went to Detroit. Thursday was the Lions and the Packers.
Oh yeah.
Then Friday went to the Magic and the Pistons, and we lost.
Dang.
Then Saturday. I don't even want to talk about Saturday. Hey man, get the grin off, man. Saturday.
What happened Saturday? Go ahead and say it, man. Let's go ahead and say it one time, man.
We hosted some individuals from the southern region of where I'm from in Detroit, and they they commenced to.
What state were they from? That's what we need to know.
Ohio State boys came to town,
and we did who?
And commenced to open up a can on us.
3 letters.
BTA,
BTA. All right, we're moving on because I told you I wasn't gonna go too tough, and this is why. The following Saturday,
yeah,
it all came back around.
Oh yeah. And
we can move on to the next subject.
Hey, shouts out to him, right? Now let's talk about that coach for a quick second.
All right.
That coach was new to Indiana, I want to say 2 years ago.
Okay.
He got hired. He went to a basketball game. Now, normally coaches of the football, they go to the basketball game to patronize and do what they do. But he decided to grab the mic and was like, we don't like Ohio State. We don't like Michigan State. We here and we gonna win. And then he told everyone to Google him because he's a winner. And then he went out. Now that is something where you really gotta have, like, that's something like you talking crap across the table because you know you got the big joker. And the little joker already played, the deuce already played. So you know we only need one more book. He got that mug tight to chest because he knew he had something. And he went out there and put together a perfect season. Shouts out to them in Indiana. Big Ten. So we still got rep Big Ten. But dang. But I really thought y'all had them.
Indiana. I didn't,
I thought y'all had them. Y'all had them in the bag, but gotta be a little quicker than that.
Quicker than that, man. It's hey, it is what it is, man.
It is what it is. But y'all still in the playoff. They still in the playoff. So maybe there's a scenario y'all meet up at the end.
I don't know.
The way the brackets is, y'all wouldn't meet back up. I haven't looked at it lately.
I don't know. I gotta look at it. Yeah, I gotta do the same thing. I gotta check it out to see. Yeah. But it's nuts, man. I that's why a lot of times, I like it. Everybody, I like my sports and all that, but I don't get too deep into it and I don't waste a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Because like those things, and sometimes we was just talking about video games before we started. Sometimes, like I like to play the sports games and stuff, but sometimes, I like to play it on my own accord. Like the online going back and forth with people, that's cool. Yeah. But like you just said, man, you don't want to hear me talking mess, especially when we know I got to get feelings gonna get hurt.
Yeah, already.
Yeah,
we know feelings gonna get hurt.
We from a different era. We can talk that talk, man. These kids don't know yet, man. But they finding out. These youngsters finding out.
Yes, sir.
But what's going on, man? I see you got the W up there, man. Shouts out to W, man.
W, the sponsor of the show, want to give them a quick shout out before we move to our guests?
Oh yeah, most definitely. We got you. We got a busy man up today. We got a busy man, busy individual now. We got something
busy
special.
Individual.
W, man, W.
For y'all.
You already know, man. W energy drink, man. All natural energy. You know what I'm saying? No jitters, man. Come check it out, man. PG, go ahead and put PG to Hustle at the end. And get 10% off the whole kit and caboodle, man. You feel me?
Yeah, feel me. And then
also, did you get the picture yet? Did you put it?
I got the picture. I'm about to load it up right now.
Load it up. Go to the okay. So we told y'all last week. We've been telling y'all. No, we told y'all last month that we are going to give y'all some stuff, some new merch at blackmoneymedialive.com. The ugly Christmas sweater is here.
Let's go.
The Redeployment Podcast ugly Christmas sweater is out now for purchase. Hurry up and grab it down. Put the rush on it. Get it before Christmas. Wear it on Christmas Eve. Wear it to the Christmas party.
Yes, sir.
Let them know you support Redeployment Podcast, man, and all the veterans, man, and all the active duty members that's out there, man, and show your support, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So yeah, I appreciate that, man. Look, we got a real one for y'all today.
Come on.
So, I've always talked about my life in 3 or 4 different levels. The initial level, my first base was Turkey, Insulate, Turkey, where I have never left the U.S. for more than a week. And I was now stationed in Turkey. And I met this brother here. And when I say he is one of the reasons I'm still here today, because, you know, what he put into me, even as a young age. He was only a senior airman when I met him, which that's E4 when I met him. And he still had, him and my other partner, Walker, still had deposited enough into me. Even when I was going wild. Y'all know my Turkey days is when I was wild. But he still was there with me, get me through even some tough times. So want to introduce to some and reintroduce to others my good boy Jason Adkins, man. Welcome to the show. Welcome. How you doing today, sir?
Doing good, man. I'm loving it. I appreciate you guys inviting me. Thank you.
Oh, man, good to have you, man. Good to have you always.
If you don't mind, I would like to jump straight in. I want to hear, we do this segment where we call it the drop. And the drop is really when the situation surrounding your dropping everything and going to the military. So please take a few minutes, walk us through the days, the weeks, the months prior to you joining the military, why you joined, and anything surrounding that situation, sir.
Oh, man. I was kind of like what you was talking about. I was a young kid, you know, we was partying every day. And then over time, your circle starts getting smaller, right? Your friends start going off to college. They start doing different things. And I was still working in my little job, making my $6.25 an hour. I said, man, I can't do this forever in California. So I needed to go do something. And the Air Force offered the best opportunity for me at that time. So I think I was 20 when I decided to leave.
Okay.
And best decision I ever made, because if I would have stayed put, who knows where I would have ended up and the trouble I might have gotten into. So, yeah.
What part of California were you
Cali
in?
too. Yeah. 645 wasn't going to do it.
At all. Would have had to have like 10 roommates. They wouldn't have worked.
You hear me? People don't understand. I just left Cali not too long ago. People don't understand.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I grew up in a little town called Seaside, California. It's right outside of Monterey Peninsula.
Okay.
So during that time in the late 80s, early 90s, you know, you got gang violence, all those different things going on. And so, yeah, it was normal life for me. But looking back at it, it's somewhere that you had to get away from or you kind of get stuck. And so, yeah, a lot of people didn't make it out.
So when you went into the military, where was the military like present in your high school where you chose the Air Force? Did you know somebody in the Air Force, or why did you choose the Air Force?
Oh yeah, so several of my friends and family members they joined. My father was Army. Grandfather
Okay.
before that was Army. So I originally made my first stop to the Army recruiters. I let them know that I wanted to do it myself. Went off to work, came back home. And my dad was like, "Hey, the Army recruiter is at the house." I said, "What do you mean?" Told him I want to do it myself. So after that, I went to the Air Force, and best decision I ever made.
Wow.
Yeah.
Off the initial, what kind of jobs and stuff did they offer you? Like a lot of people we talked to, and I pray you wasn't one of the ones, but a lot of people come in that open general situation and we boo them off the stage. But what did you do?
Oh yeah. So they got me not open general, but open admin. And
Okay.
they promised me all these administrative jobs. And I remember finishing up boot camp and I had traffic management and I had tears in my eyes because I didn't know what that was. I thought I was gonna be painting the highway or something like that. So yeah, they got me. They got me with that open admin.
I thought I was gonna be painting the highway.
You was gonna be the traffic cop, like, all right.
Oh yeah, I had no idea what a traffic management was, but surprisingly enough, my cousin was a traffic manager as well. And so
nice.
He said, "Oh yeah, you're kind of like UPS." I said, "Okay, well, I don't really want to work UPS either, but it turned out good."
Right. It turned out good. Now, you were able to make it to the top of the food chain, bro. So I met you in what was that, 2002, end of 2002 into 2003. Yep. What base was that for you? Was that your first base or second base?
That was my second base, yeah.
Okay.
First base was Vandenberg, then went over to Turkey. Love that assignment. We had a good time there. We worked hard though.
We worked very hard. We worked hard. Now, Vandenberg, was that not close to your house?
Oh yeah, it was about 3 or 4 hours, so it was good to get away. Yeah, we partied a lot. Good time.
So even that, I would. So if somebody's watching and somebody is gonna hear this, in the future, listening to the stream and the restream and the podcast and all that good stuff, what would you tell someone that gets stationed closer back to home? Because I know that could kind of be a Trappist too, if you will.
It can be a distraction if you are not focused on what you wanted to do in your life, right? And so for me, being a little bit older, I knew I wanted to go to school. I knew I had things I wanted to accomplish, and I knew I didn't want to get trapped in the city. So it was good to go back and visit, say hi, mom and dad, stuff like that. But it was far enough away that I wasn't there every day, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay, yeah. Good.
You say because every day would have been crazy, huh?
Yeah, you're in the same old. So yeah, it's a 4-hour drive, and you don't want to do it all the time. But a good long weekend is good.
Now, I went to Vandenberg one time. I was stationed. One of my last duty stations was Travis Air Force Base. So I get there as a tech sergeant, brand new. I was tested for master or promotable to master. Right. And when I got to Travis, I checked into my unit and now I'm working my first week. And you start hearing all this chatter around like, hey, we need a body to go with this other master sergeant down to Vandenberg. They were like, just ask the new guy, because we're in Cubicle City. So you could hear people chatter. Just ask the new guy. Take the new guy. So I'm like, all right. So I'm like, what are y'all talking about, man? Because, I'm always down for a challenge. So where are we going to Vandenberg for? It was one of those things we did the TDY, the paperwork and all that. And the guy I went with basically said, I'll tell you when we get in the car. So I'm like, what? Okay, cool. So I told my wife, hey, got a quick little TDY. We'll be back. Man, do you know we went down there to retrieve someone from the slammer? Because Vandenberg has a jail.
Oh, yeah.
And they wanted to take the new guy because everybody knew this person and they didn't want it to be an uncomfortable situation because it was like it was like 4.5 hour drive.
Wow. Probably a little longer.
Maybe a little longer than that, because we spent the night before and then grabbed him and went on back. But bro, so did you have any run-ins with anyone that had to visit the slammer down there?
Not at Vandenberg, but I did have that job at Dover. They had me signed up to be a chaser, is what they called it back then. Yeah. And so I had to take them either to the brig at Norfolk or Quantico. And so I know. Yeah, you sitting in a holding cell just like you're in there with them.
Yeah, wow. and then driving back, I'm driving and I'm like, so on the way down when he said we're going to pick him up, I'm like, all right, I don't need to know everything what he did, but just let me know if the man is violent, bro. Like,
do I need to watch my back?
Yeah, he can't be sitting behind me. I just got to this base. I'm promotable to master sergeant. Like, come on, man. Don't do the tech sergeant like that. But yeah, but going to Vandenberg, man, outside of that city, it was kind of like the base is in like really in the crevice of a mountain. Mm-hmm. And then when you go outside the base and go over the mountain, boom, that was the city, man. That was the craziest thing I've ever seen. But I'm hearing like that's where some of the resources is. So that maybe that's why it's in the mountains or whatever.
Yeah.
But okay, so you continued on after Turkey. Where can you just give us a quick rundown of your bases?
Yeah, so after Turkey, I went off to Tampa, Florida to MacDill. From MacDill, went off to Dover. Dover went off to Hawaii. To Kirtland, New Mexico. New Mexico to Langley, Virginia. And then I finished off here in Alaska at Elmendorf at J-Bear.
So, wow. So I was looking at your face when we was talking about the snow. And I made sure to get our snow story out of the way because we don't want no smoke.
Facts.
What y'all dealing with right now? Just give us a glimpse of what you're dealing with right now.
Believe it or not, we don't have no snow either. There's no snow.
Really?
We just had a hurricane-like winds for the past 4 days. So about 100-mile-an-hour gusts. So that was interesting. People lost power. But yeah, surprisingly, we haven't had much snow in the last 2 years. So my wife is pretty upset. She bought some cross-country skis, some ice skates last year. Couldn't even use them.
Can't use them.
Went in the closet. Yeah, couldn't use them.
I'm telling you, Jax, my wife was from Cali and she wants the snow. Like she was mad because we weren't the first couple of years we was here. We got back to Ohio. There's no snow, like on Christmas. And she was like upset. She was like, oh yeah. She was like, man, I'm cool.
Normal Alaska, we should have snow by now. We should have a lot of it. But nope.
That's weird, now, man. It's weather weird, man. It's going to do nuts, man.
Now tell the folks, like, how was it like really climbing that ladder? The one thing I heard and we talk about is at some point it switched to like a political race. You reaching all the way to the top to getting to Chief Master Sergeant. Is there any validity to that statement where at some point you leave regular Air Force operations to become some kind of political person in order to make it to chief?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think the promotion system is pretty clear, right? And so you being a gamer, I played games growing up as well. When the blueprint is right there in front of you and it says, hey, do these little things consistently and you can get promoted. I just made a decision when I was younger that I'm gonna do those things. And one of the biggest tools that gets you promoted is your EPRs, right? And so I learned very early in my career that I need to learn how to write one of these things well. And so I practiced and interviewed a lot of different people, say, hey, how do I make these lines look better? And so that's when I got into storytelling, which made me a better speaker overall.
Oh.
But writing your evaluations is essentially writing a story. So I had this command chief before, Chief Evaluate, over at Dover, and he basically took the EPR and he folded it in half. And he said, when you read this front side, if it doesn't make you want to flip the other side, then it's a poorly written story. And so
wow.
I practiced that for a long time. And once you understand what it is that they're asking you to do and you articulate that message, fair game.
Man, that's awesome, because that's one of the most, I would say, like you said, one of the most important things, but it is one of the most misunderstood things. Because even in my woes with writing EPRs, it was like I was just throwing numbers at it, like how many pallets did you move, how many things did you move, blah blah blah, and then just throwing a bunch of numbers at it, hopefully to get the Chiefs, dazed by these numbers and this money, and maybe it'll happen. But like you said, very very well spoken. Like, when you capture that and make it tell a story and give them the why, I really think the new way they've done it, in where they add the narrative, I think that's going to help. But how do you do it without a bunch of fluff? Because I know that's the other side of the coin.
Yeah, so you start, it's just like what you guys are doing on a podcast. I'm sure you guys do some editings and stuff like that. And so what you really want to do is figure out what exactly did you accomplish and write everything down. Stop trying to get into this borderline. Stop trying to write in between this border and worrying about making things fit. Write down everything. Write down everything that you accomplished, because it's narrative form. And now you start, once you finish that and it sounds right, you start editing. Start clipping out the stuff that's excess, and the fluff will be gone. But the hardest thing for some people is getting their ideas on paper, and that's what stumbles a lot of folks. They think that they're looking for impacts. They want hard-hitting impacts, and they don't really tell the story right of what they did or why they did it.
So is there any keys for the folks out there that may still be in and maybe struggling to write these EPRs? What would you tell them as they're doing it, or as they're capturing it from day to day? What should they be looking at? What should they be writing down? What should they be obtaining so that it's not such a hard climb at the end?
I say treat it like anything else, right? So let's use an example of your fitness test, right? Most people that struggled with their fitness test, when did they start working out?
So when we got the notification, you got a test in 30 days?
Months before, right? And now they're working on a 10-minute, 11-minute, whatever mile. But 6 months when your test is coming up, right? And so if you're preparing for 6 months, a 10-minute mile, 11-minute mile should be easy for most people. 50 push-ups, he's worked out for 6 months, should be easy. Your EPR should be the same way. If you're writing down the information as you accomplish it, you have 6 months to edit that data. If you wait until the EPR is due, you're going to have a hard time scrambling to make it sound good, because everyone's working on their EPR. And so they don't have that much time to invest to fix yours when they're trying to fix it. And so work on it for 6 months or 1 year when you know you're accomplishing those things, just like when you're working on a fitness test. Don't wait till the last minute. That's what I'll tell every senior NCO. Jump on it when you do it. While it's fresh on your mind, you know all the details. Then you can fix it. That part's easy.
Now, when you as you're coming up, and as you went from supervisor to lead to shift lead to superintendent, for your guys, are you telling them to write their own, or are you one of the ones that give me the data, I'll write it for you? Like, when does that coin kind of flip? Because some say write your own, some say let your supervisor write it for you, because that's in the book. Like, what style did you do for yourself, and what style do you tell were you telling your subordinates to do?
I used to tell them to have a 1206 on their computer, and they should be writing frequently, because it's easier for me to figure out what you did after you present it to me than trying to decipher a poorly written bullet, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so if you're capturing the data, I don't care how you write it, just capture the data, and then I could clean that up for you. But if you send me a bunch of stuff that, hey, I went and volunteered at the SPCA for 22 hours, and that's all you say, then I don't really know how to fix that, right?
Okay.
But if you've brought that to me when you did it, then I can ask you some specific questions on, well, how many animals were at the SPCA? How many people were there with you? And start elaborating on that. And so, I recommend, because it's your career and no one cares more about your career than you should be working on your own stuff. And then you present it to your supervisor, who then puts it into the right format and polishes it up for you. It's not your job to write your EPR, but it is your job to provide the information.
Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. I really appreciate that. Just hearing you talk about that reminds me of the first time we met. And the first time we met, I landed in Turkey, let's say about 8:30 on a Friday night. I get to my room, my sponsor dropped me off in my room, and I'm hearing music and laughter and all that through our shared bathroom to the other side. So I make my way over there. I said, it's 8-9 o'clock p.m. It sounds like they're having a good time. I'm gonna go see what's up. So I go over and I introduce myself. I say, hey y'all, my name is Jay. I just got here. And very quickly I was interrupted by the real Jay, the standing Jay in the base. Because Jason here said, no, my name is Jay. What else? What other names do you have? I was like, oh, excuse me, I'm Airman Basic James Jacks. Okay, got it. We're calling you JJ off the rip. And so I say that to say the next things that I learned from y'all, you and Walker, was then y'all was like, okay, go take a shower and get dressed. Yeah, and I'm like, wait, I don't think you heard what I said. I just landed from the States to here. I'm about to go to bed. They're like, no, we said go get dressed. We're getting ready to go out. And I was like, yes, sir. Like, because, I'm looking around. I see Walker's uniform kind of hanging up. And I'm like, okay, he got some rank on him. I'd imagine this guy got some rank on him. Then we had another guy, Buell. He was there. I'm sure he had some rank on him. And Buell's a big old fella.
Dude,
so, yeah. So I was like, let me go take a shower. And so the things I learned, even as you're talking about the EPR, it's the little subtle things. Really what they were doing is prepping me, landing on a Friday night. They know I have to be to work on Monday. They know I need to transition through sleep patterns and all that kind of stuff to get me to Monday. So they made me stay up when I really wanted to go to bed. So those are a little key. So, I mean, Jay, you went on, you became a chief. I've been watching your whole story. I had to just publicly thank you for just those little things like that. And now you're even talking about EPR. I wish I would have talked to you years ago about this EPR situation. But yeah, man, it's good to see that you made it this far. Can you tell us your favorite base and why?
Oh man, I have fun everywhere I go.
Okay,
but we did have a blast in Turkey. That smile JJ got, I mean, it was there in Turkey. Wild and crazy. If I don't want to tell all the stories, but if you've never seen someone do a drive-by with gummy bears and hot tamales or whatever he was throwing at people, we was driving to this place called Alanya. It's probably maybe 6 hours from Insula. So they got these people. We go through these cities, and they got these people. They're either walking or riding a bike, and JJ hanging out the back, humming these gummy bears. I don't know where it was hitting these people in the back of the head. Yeah, he was a joker even back then. So I've never seen someone do a drive-by with a gummy bear until we went to Turkey. So we had a good time there. Yeah, we had a ball. We did a lot of
do you remember, Jay, do you remember going to the movies in a jersey, like a NBA basketball jersey, and everybody thought we were in the NBA? Oh, they're taking pictures with us.
We was the same way with our flag football team. So our flag football team, we won 3. The team that I wasn't there that long, but we won 3 back-to-back base championships. So every time we went to this club there, what was it? I can't forget the name of it. But every time we
talking about out in the alley?
The alley, yeah. Every time we went, we showed up in the opposite jersey. So we had a home game, we showed up in away jerseys.
Wow.
In the club, like we were doing something. But yeah, we were letting everybody know we was the base champs.
Yeah, man, that was some good times. And so I asked you those stories because now you have started a speaking career where you're telling these stories. So how did this come about?
Yeah, so when you leave the Air Force, I don't think a lot of times we're prepared to leave, right? We get this idea that we're going to get out, and there's a ton of civilian companies that are looking for us, and that's not always the case, right? But there was something I would follow the military, even though I was happy I was out. I was following it, and what really bothered me is when you hear about suicides and you hear about the sexual assaults and you hear about all these things, and I would often get frustrated and be like, man, what are we doing about it? What are we doing about it? But then I had to sit back and think and say, hey, man, we includes you. It includes me. And I wasn't doing anything. And so I knew I needed to do more. And so Ignite Your Fire is an opportunity for people to get on stage and share their hard times, their traumas, their triumphs, and kind of share that story, because someone else listening can be motivated by that and overcome what it is that they're going through, and maybe they won't take their own life. And so if we can avoid that, then it's a win.
Man, and on top of that, you're able to author a book. Like, Jay, you're all over the place. Now, this predicated off the storytelling and Unite Your Fire, or is this a whole nother lane?
So it's they're all linked, right? God works to us in crazy ways. It's hard to explain. So I focused this year in 2025. I wanted to focus on my speaking, and so I got involved with John Maxwell, and I was working on getting my John Maxwell certification. And so I went out to Orlando, and I'm surrounded by a lot of great speakers, tons of great speakers, coaches, mentors. But a lot of them were pastors. And John Maxwell, if you guys don't know him, he's the foremost leader in leadership. He's written over almost 100 books. And so they were talking a lot about, why haven't you guys written your book yet? The book isn't for you. It's for the other person that needs to hear your stories. And so there was a lot of that influence about sharing a story. And I was surrounded by people that written their books. And so for a long time, I had this idea that I wanted to write a leadership book, and that was my intention. And I took a shower one day, and I had this idea of a story, and I shared the idea with my wife, and she's like, that's a great book. I said, it's an idea, it's not a book. And so I wrote that book, Malcolm Finds His Voice, in a single weekend. And off to publishing. And it's kind of taken off there. I wrote a second one. It's going to be a series of books where it's lessons. And so for Malcolm Finds His Voice, it's loosely related to when I was a kid. I used to talk in class, joke around. I would get in trouble doing that. So back when I was in grade school, we would have to write lines. I don't know if you guys remember that. If you get in trouble, maybe 100, 200 lines.
Yeah.
And then I'll go home and then get put on restriction by my dad. So you get in trouble multiple times. And so
Right.
what Malcolm finds his voice is his parents and that they didn't get him in trouble. They gave him a different path to redirect that energy. And so that's what I want to encourage people, just to have a little patience with their children and not be so quick to punish or administer pills and diagnose them with ADD or whatever it is. Maybe they
that part.
Yeah.
That's good, man. That's
So-
good. And then on top of that, you're also an award-winning realtor.
Yeah.
Now, how does a man who was in transportation get all the way over to real estate? Like, can you tell us how that happened?
Well, so my background, remember, is TMO. And so for a long time in my career, I was doing relocations, personal property movements. So I was helping people move across the country. And so if I was helping people move across the country, I figured I can at least help people move locally within the city, because I moved personally 8 times, right? Just with the Air Force. And so that transition was honestly pretty smooth for me. I really enjoy real estate. I get to meet a whole lot of people, see beautiful homes, but ultimately I'm helping people fulfill their dreams. Dreams of home ownership is something that everyone should attain. I remember my mom, she never bought a house when we were young. We was renting the whole time. And she always aspired to one day buy a house, but she never thought she could. And she passed away never buying a home. When the opportunity was there. So I don't want anyone to live thinking they can't do something. So I create those opportunities and open doors for them, and I love it.
Yeah, and what's one of the toughest kind of hills to climb for you? Got somebody in front of you, they want to buy a house. Obviously, you know, getting in front of you, they express they want to buy a house, but what are some things, some factors that keep them from buying the house, whether it's, you know, their money situation, their credit situation? Like, what are some of those things that maybe a young airman, young NCOs listening now, still in the dorms, what are some things they could do to help the future of them?
So to buy a house, it's honestly simple. What distracts people is you guys remember those dorm lawyers?
Yes.
Expert. So a lot of times that gets in the way, right? They hear rumors from their friends that the market's going to crash, that interest rates are super high, they're crazy high, and I ask them, well, what is the interest rate currently? And most people don't know. They just hear in the rumors what other people are saying. And so I try to tell people, when I recommend to those airmen, if they want to buy a house, talk to the experts, reach out to a realtor, talk to some lenders, see what they're even qualified for, because likely their credit is probably pretty good. And if they don't have credit already, they have credit repair opportunities that are provided by the lender, designed to help them get what they want to get. And so stop listening to the dorm lawyers and the naysayers. The people that bought a home 30, 40 years ago is different today, right? And matter of fact, interest rates 30, 40 years ago were higher than they are today. So,
wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
So we're really in a good spot now. Obviously, it's not going to be what it was after COVID with people that were having 2% interest rates. That probably won't come back. But they're pretty average compared to the last 20 plus years. So, yeah.
Man, nice. That's good. That's good to hear. Are there some, like, you have, I see some of the pictures that you post. Ooh, excuse me. In Alaska, man, some of those houses are really, really nice. But how do you talk folks into buying houses covered in snow? Like, what's your pitch? Like, don't mind the snow. Let me dust this off. Come on in.
Yeah,
that's hilarious, bro.
So the interior is not going to change. We always recommend them to get a home inspection. So that's very, very important. Bring in some experts that know what they're looking for. Make sure you're getting the HVAC, your heater, your furnaces, all that stuff inspected, so you know what you're walking into. Obviously, in the snow, you're going to miss some things on the exterior, right? You're not going to see what the lawn looks like. You're not going to see the condition of the roof, but you can get an idea based on how old the roof is, right? And so if you have a house that's 30 years old and it's never had a new roof, you probably need a new one. Yeah, it's probably past its shelf life. So, but yeah, as far as everything else, inside is the same.
Yeah. Now, the one thing I haven't seen, and maybe just because I haven't never been there, are they building new houses in Alaska?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Is there a certain season they're building the houses? Obviously, you can't build with a mountain of snow.
Believe it or not, they can build pretty much year round now. So they have ways that they can warm the concrete. They have warmers out there. And so, yeah, they can pretty much build, unless it's like blizzard, they can pretty much build year round.
Wow.
There's plenty of new construction going on here. People are still moving to Alaska, and we're not living in wooden cabins. They're nice.
or igloos.
Right. Yeah.
Is the oil money still there?
The PFD, yes. It's been going down recently, but we still get it. A couple years ago was pretty high. It's per person once you get your residency, so it's nice to get that additional funds.
What is it at now?
This past year, I believe we got about $1,000 per person.
Okay. So I'm glad we got somebody actually here saying it, because it's so many misnomers to that people that's not from Alaska tell you. They tell you, oh, it's 5 bands. Oh, they give 6 bands to come live up there. It's 20,000. They give no $1,000, and that's about right. That sound about right. I was gonna say that's a lot of money to be giving $5,000-$6,000 to give somebody just to live. Like, they not that desperate for you to live there.
Historically, it could have been. After COVID, the most we got, I believe, it may be roundabout about $3,500 per person. That was
nice. No, that's pretty cool. That's cool.
And there's some pretty large families in Alaska. So if you're a family of 5, 6, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's pretty nice.
So, other than public speaking and writing books and selling houses, what are some of your how do you relax? How do you chill? Like, because the reason I ask this is because we see our chief master sergeants in all kind of meetings, all kind of stuff, and when they get out of the military, they still are very high functioning and getting out and getting about it. What I don't see a lot of is chiefs relaxing. Mm-hmm. And we just seen you set up the speaking thing. You wrote a book. You're selling houses. What does Jason do to relax?
So you have to schedule that in. When you're an entrepreneur, it's very important to build your calendar, right? Schedule some time, because in real estate, you're really on your client's time most of the time. So you have to schedule some time for yourself. And so making sure that you're exercising, I'm trying to be conscious of making sure I'm doing some fitness in the morning. I ride my little Peloton bike. And then in Alaska, if you're not fishing, you're missing out on a lot.
Oh,
I had no idea that there's 5 different types of salmon here. And so in the summer, you're pretty much chasing the salmon. That's a fun time. Everyone loves to fish. I've never fished until I came to Alaska. Wow. And then in the winter, my favorite thing to do in the winter is ice fishing. I know a lot of people think that's crazy, but I set up my tent. I got 2 heaters pumping, and I'm fishing even through the winter.
I was gonna say that sounds fun, bro. That sounds fun.
Now explain the ice fishing. Is that when we cutting the hole out of the ice?
Oh yeah.
But you also got heaters there, so you're not melting the ice that you're standing on, right?
No, the ice that you're standing on may be 3-4 feet deep, and so that ice isn't going anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, some people
even
drive
with the heat.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's got to be pretty hot for you to melt an entire lake.
Oh, okay. So what? And the fish are not like. I mean, it's cold. They're not laying dormant, like chilling, like hibernating. They
Nope.
still down there getting it.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, I definitely would like to try that one time. I've seen some real elaborate tents, like huts. I've seen somebody have one like a real like wooden hut, bro. Like,
oh yeah,
and they just cut
places,
they had TVs in it. Electricity.
Yeah, I'm not that advanced yet, but you're welcome to come here anytime. You got a place here, and I'll take it.
For sure. Most definitely.
So how cold is it out there on the ice? I mean, once we get in the tent, we kind of take a layer off
yeah, you can be in a t-shirt in the tent.
Wow.
Because when you have both of those heaters going, depending on how many you need, some days you won't even need the heater at all. Because they have tents that are insulated that blocks the wind. The wind is what bothers you. It's not really the cold, because you kind of dress for the cold. It's the wind. But if you have an insulated tent and you got a nice setup, yeah, you'll be in there in a t-shirt.
Man.
Oh yeah.
That's what's up. So I want to go through a couple of these pictures I grabbed. Talk to us about A1C Adkins right here. What was he thinking? Did this guy think he was going to be a chief one day?
Believe it or not, I did, because I came in with no stripes at all. And all of my friends and peers, everyone outranked me. Even if they signed up and joined a week ago, right, on my first base, they could be brand new to Vandenberg. They outranked me too. And so people was always laughing at me. And I told them from day one, I said, listen, at the end of the day, I'm going to outrank you and everybody else around you. And that was my goal, was just I did it one enlistment at a time, and I wanted to get a promotion after every enlistment. And so, I had an idea.
Wow. And so I guess if you was to go back and talk to A1C Adkins here, you'd just say, hey, keep going. Keep your head down, keep going.
Yeah, so in that photo, that was base honor guard. And that one, I was sent TDY to Colorado to General Eberhardt's Order of the Sword ceremony. So that's what that sword is back there. And so I got to be the ceremonial guardsman for this major event. And so being on the honor guard, and how I joined the honor guard originally is they were offering you money. As an airman in dorms, you would get BAS. If you signed up for an honor guard, you just couldn't eat in the DFAC. It wasn't free anymore, but they gave you the money. And so that was motivating enough. I was like, oh, I get an extra $250. But I was surrounded by some wonderful people. Many of the people that was on our honor guard team retired as chiefs, that saw something in me at that time that motivated, mentored me to believe it, right? A lot of times you just talk and say, oh, I'm going to be a chief, but you don't really believe it until another chief or another person who's going to be a chief tells you, yeah, you're going to be that. Just stay on this path. So.
Wow. Then we got
Stay
this
down
guy.
till you come up.
Yeah. Now, so I believe everybody takes a picture with somebody and it means something to us. So who is this young man here is this your chief? This your retirement ceremony, correct?
That is. And so that person grew up with me from Monterey, California, right?
Wow.
He's actually now, I believe, a police captain out in California, San Jose. And so, we kind of watch each other's paths grow. He's one day going to be a police chief. I could see that. So
wow. So y'all, obviously y'all stayed in contact your whole career, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Man, that's awesome. And then we got these young, lovely ladies here.
Yes. That's my mom there on the right. So she passed away a few years ago on December 9th.
Oh, man.
Wow.
So, yesterday was a tough day for me. But,
yeah.
Here, my daughter.
Condolences, man.
Condolences.
Yep. Thank you. My daughter's now in college. She's 21 out there in Tampa, Florida.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Nice.
What college did she go to?
She goes to Hillsborough Community College. I was surprised she even wanted to go to school, but yeah, I'm good with it. She's using that.
Yeah. That's easy on the pockets, huh?
Oh yes. And, she got daddy a little upset earlier. She changed her major when she was almost done. She was doing graphic design, and then she decided she wants to do theater art. So that's what she's doing now.
Okay.
Nice.
So who knows? She may run her own podcast too. Who knows?
Hey, who knows? If she ever needs some tips, PG will be available.
If she doing theater, man, she gonna be doing shows and Broadway, man. That's big time.
Yeah. Lord was
nice. I got one more. I think I got, and then let's see, where is it at? Dang.
As long as it's
always
nothing
when you try to find it, you can't find it. Always when you're trying to find it, you can't find it, but that's cool. Right. Yeah. So, hey Jay, I want you to take the next few minutes and tell us where we can find you. Tell us what you got coming up. Tell us all the things we need to know to follow Jason in your journey.
So if you want to find out about the motivational speaking and what we're doing, how we're expanding, you can see us on iyfspeak.com. I'm on Instagram at Inspired Homes, J. Adkins Inspired Homes, Facebook. And so, yeah, I'm all over social media. I'm loving staying involved with different people, but I just love to encourage those of you guys that are still serving. That transition to civilian life is real, man, and it's going to surprise some of you. But just stay focused, talk to your friends, talk to your mentors, stay in touch with them, and you'll pull through it.
Yeah, man, Jay, appreciate that.
Nice.
The one thing that I have to ask, like, you were doing some motivational Mondays,
yes,
on TikTok. Mm-hmm. Are you still running that series?
No, I'm going to be starting something new going on in 2026.
Okay.
It was just very time consuming to try to set something up, and so yeah, the things that I've been doing just kind of got away from me. So writing the other books and whatnot. So I do have a new series that's going to be coming out starting in January. I'm excited to unleash that once we
it's going on all social platforms, or?
Yes, it'll be on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Yes. And it'll probably be on YouTube too. So I'll let you know.
Okay. So I gotta ask, as the first person I met in the Air Force to now, I am in dire I'm hungry to join you in the public speaking space. Is there just any basic advice you can give to myself or anybody else that's in this space that wants to be in front of people, that wants to speak, whether it's doing the daily speaking on Facebook, running a series, or talking at church? Like, what would you tell us to do? Because I mean, we're out here, we're ready.
Yes. So you're doing all the right things. Getting out there in public and actually speaking will get you more comfortable to talk to different crowds and find your niche, right? Find out what it is that you're passionate about. Because I couldn't really zero in initially. I was like, should I do leadership? Should I do this? And I just talk about life. And that's the easiest thing for me to talk about is real world events and helping people cope through what it is they're going through. I studied change management. I studied leadership. Find out what you're passionate about and just kind of run with it. Volunteer to speak, whether you're paid or unpaid, just speak, right? There's a lot of people that can benefit just from hearing your story, and don't deprive them of that. You have a story. We all have a story that can be shared, and share it because someone needs to hear it.
Dope. Man, look, thank you, Jay. Thank you for taking time out of your day to speak to us, to speak to the community. I wish you all the best. I'm still watching, and hey, maybe one day I could fly out, do some ice fishing, and maybe I can get on one of the series.
Absolutely.
To ignite your fire. Do you have any closing comments for the folks?
Just keep grinding, man. Keep hustling. stay focused on what it is that you want to accomplish. I tell the young kids when I mentor at the high schools, I tell them to develop a bucket list. And I define that as a bucket list is a list of things you want to do before you die, right? And so I think it's pretty cool to have your goals and your dreams sandwiched between life and death. And so when you think about it like that, it makes it more important, more worthwhile, and worth chasing. So start writing your bucket list and go after it. That's my message.
Nice. PG, you got any closing comments for the community?
This show was so packed, I ain't got nothing else to say, man. Follow us on Redeployment Podcast, man. Y'all know where it's at: YouTube, Spotify. You know what I'm saying? Follow us on PG the Hustler, man. All DSPs. Go get you some W, man. And last but not least, go get you an ugly sweater, man, from BlackMoneyMediaLive.com, man. Let's get it cracking. Let's get into the season, man. I do got one thing I want to say.
What you got?
I know everybody's all woke and everybody's all educated. Stop taking away these holidays and the joy and the feeling from these kids, okay? We know this stuff is not real, okay? Stop being a blowhard. Stop being a spoil. You know what I'm saying? Just cut it out. Just remember how you felt on Christmas when you came down and you opened up presents, or the days leading up to it, doing those things. It's for the kids, man. Stop being so rough and tough all the time. Because we starting to get a little information about things that we already knew. We knew Santa Claus wasn't real. You knew that. Okay? Stop taking away from these kids. Let them have fun, man.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
That's a great message.
Yeah.
That's a great message. I know for me, right before we open up presents, I sit everybody down. I look them in the eyes. I say, listen, whether you get what you want or you don't, we know this is not what this is about. Right. We know that, Jesus came down. We're celebrating. He may not have been born in the winter, whatever they was trying to think or whatever, but we're going to celebrate this day at his birth. Okay.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And so I give it to him straight. And I think that's a great message to have some fun. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay to live.
Yeah, I think I've been noticing, man, we've been taking the joy out of these kids' lives a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, with these phones and technology and the way things are, it's getting crazy, man. It's crazy on all kind of levels. But
yes, sir.
We letting y'all. What you got to say, man? What you got?
Well, you know me. I'll always like to end the show to let folks know this podcast is for you. If you are in the military and you want to go all the way, 20 years to chief to wherever you want. I did it. Our guest did it. He made it all the way. He even made it to the top. So this podcast for you, we're talking about those things. This podcast is also for you if you want to get out. You want to do 1-2 enlistments. PG did it. He's doing well. Some of our other guests has done it. This podcast is for you. Is for that. This podcast for you if you are thinking about joining the military or any services. We're actually leaning heavily towards Air Force, but however you want to come in, we don't share away from you. This podcast for you because we talk about military things and what we do and what we did in the military. This podcast is also for you if none of those things have hit you. If you have never come in contact with a military member, just sit back and listen and hear our stories and how they relate to how your life is.
Yep.
Because this podcast is for you, even if you've never been in contact with a military member before. We're telling real stories from real things, from real situations. So without further ado, I would like to thank my guests for coming on. Thank you, PG.
Thank you.
Thank you, Black Money Media, for presenting this. Thank you, W, for sponsoring this. And, we love you. And there ain't nothing you can do about it.
Nothing you can do about it.